So heads up, I am going to be talking about the movie. If you don't want to know nothing about it, you haven't seen it yet, just click off because I'm going to talk about everything that's on the movie. I'm going to go over it. So Black Panther came out last Thursday. I say last Thursday because that's when I saw it. Opening weekend was this past weekend. And it already, last I checked, it was at 219 million for opening weekend, which is really impressive. It's not a surprise to me with Marvel movies anymore because it's like, they keep cranking these out and it's like they learn what works, what doesn't work from previous movies. But anyways, so the movie was awesome. As I had said in the previous video, I didn't talk too much about it, but now I will. It starts off with T'Challa, I'm assuming it's T'Challa as a kid, as a boy, asking his dad to tell him a story, and his dad tells him about, how Wakanda started. There used to be war within the tribes, and they all decided, hey, look, we can't be having this, and the tribes decided to coexist with one king ruling Wakanda. There was 5 tribes, 4 agreed to this, one kind of like set themselves out and became outcast. So after the story is told, which is the very beginning of the movie, it fast forwards to present time, to a week after the events of Civil War. If you remember Civil War, this was because at this point T'Challa's in some hover jet thing and he's watching the news, and they're talking about the explosion that happened, which causes his dad's death. And so it's a week after that, and it takes place almost immediately right after Civil War. There's him and Michonne. I say Michonne because that's her name is in the movie is I have it right here, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Okoye, something like that. If you don't know who I'm talking about, it's the girl from The Walking Dead, Michonne. Danny, or Danny. Yeah, let's just say Danny. I'm assuming it's Danny. Yeah, she's in the movie, and she is freaking awesome. So they're heading back to Wakanda. They're greeted by T'Challa's mom and sister, and so they're talking about, okay, we gotta, the king just passed away. We need a new king, and we're gonna go through his ritual and whatnot. So, Forrest Whitaker, I guess it's like a shaman or a priest. I'm not sure what you want to call him. So he sets it up. They drained T'Challa of his powers, Black Panther. If you're not sure who I'm talking about when I say T'Challa, and they drained him of his power. I guess the Black Panther, or whoever the king is at the time, eats this weird heart-shaped purple thing. It's like a flower, vibranium flower, I forget. But it gives you, superhuman strength, speed, stamina, all that jazz. So they drain him of it for Challenge Day. What Challenge Day is, I think they said like once a year, the king can accept a challenge from anyone who thinks they're more fit to be king or whatnot, and they duke it out. First one to give up or first one to die loses. So the 4 tribes are pretty cool and chill with it, and like, nah, we're good. We're not challenging no one today. But the 5th tribe, the outcasts from the beginning of the story, their dude, I forget what his name is. Let me see here. He's played by Winston Duke, something like that. But anyways, he comes and challenges him, and they duke it out. T'Challa manages to win that fight. So they give him the little flower thing again. They do this ritual, and if you notice in the previews, there's a scene where he's walking, and it's like purplish, bluish skies, and there's like a few panthers. So he sees his dad there. It's kind of like it's like in a trance. He's in another world, dreaming or something. And he talks about how he doesn't know what to do as a king, this and that, and his father's like, well, have you not prepared for this your whole life, and this and that. So he wakes up from that trance. What happens next? I know Claw's in this. Michael B. Jordan's character, Eric Killmonger, is teamed up with Ulysses Claw. If you don't know who that is, if you saw Age of Ultron, he's this guy that gets his hand ripped off by Ultron. and they're after this piece of vibranium in a museum. Or at least, yeah, it was a museum. And they steal that. He steals the mask and whatever. Later, you find out who Eric Killmonger is. Turns out he's T'Challa's cousin. And I forgot to mention this in the very beginning. After he tells the story and all that, I think it's like 1990, and it shows Oakland. And for many of you who see who watch This Is Us will recognize this person. What's his name here? He plays let's see, Randall. He plays Randall in This Is Us. Sterling K. Brown. So Sterling K. Brown plays T'Challa's uncle, which King T'Chaka at that time. T'Chaka is Black Panther's dad. He was the Black Panther at the time. Kills him. Ends up killing him because he was going to kill Forrest Whitaker's character. Randall's character, or Sterling's character, to me he's Randall. I guess he was selling vibranium to other people and all that. He was giving out Wakanda's secret material because they're rich in vibranium and they're not sharing that with no one. So he's selling that on the streets. His brother's not liking it. Then they're gonna go back and he's gonna hold trial. He gets mad that Forrest Whitaker's character betrayed him, so he's gonna shoot him. The T'Chaka comes in and claws him in the chest, kills him. So back to Michael B. Jordan's character. Sorry about that. So it turns out, yeah, Michael B. Jordan's character, Eric Killmonger, is T'Challa's cousin, which was Randall's, King T'Chaka's nephew and Randall's son. So they're all playing basketball and they see the spaceship leave and all that. So what it is pretty much that Eric Killmonger is gunning to get position of the throne. He feels it's his birthright, which, I mean, it is. He's entitled to. He's Wakandan. And they all have this weird, like, tattoo glowing thing on their lip. He ends up, wow, what do you say? He ends up back in Wakanda. I don't know if you already knew where Wakanda was, but Ulysses wanted to go, he wanted Ulysses to take him there. Ulysses was like, what are you talking about? He ends up killing Ulysses. He ends up back in Wakanda. He's there to challenge Black Panther. But everyone's like, who are you? You know, outsiders are not allowed in this, blah, blah, blah. And that's when he reveals himself to be the son of Randall's character, or Sterling's character. And so he challenges T'Challa. T'Challa's getting like slapped around pretty good, and right when he's about to get killed, Forrest Whitaker's character comes in. It's like, no, your dad died because of me. I'm sorry. And, you know, don't kill him. And so Eric kills him, and then finishes with T'Challa, picks him up, launches him over the waterfall. So he's now king. And first thing he does is that he has that little purple herb thing just destroyed. Well, after he takes it, of course. But before that happened, I think it was T'Challa's ex-girlfriend that was able to manage. She was managed to get one of the little roses, or the heart-shaped thing, before everything got burnt down. So turns out that T'Challa's still alive. They thought he was dead, but the fifth tribe, the Outsiders, they found his body. So he's being taken care of, but by one of the rival tribes, and they bring him back. You know, he's good. And they give him the little herb thing, and he goes back. So since technically he's not dead and he didn't give up, the challenge is still open. So they go back, and in this movie, he got some pretty cool. Like, if you notice this necklace, that necklace is a suit. It just kind of like wraps around him and whatnot. Goes back, he challenges Eric. They fight. The tribes are. One of the tribes is, you know, for Eric, and he's against T'Challa. So Michonne's character, Okoye, her and her people, her soldiers, are not for it. So they're fighting. Everybody's fighting. That one fifth tribe comes in. What else happens? It was a pretty good fight. T'Challa's kid sister fights too. She's pretty cool. She's actually one of the funniest characters in the movie, and it just works. Not even like, it doesn't feel forced or anything. Winston Duke's character too is also like really funny. Those two characters you're gonna love. And then they fight. What happens? T'Challa ends up. They end up fighting like in the mine, the vibranium mine. Fight. Talk. T'Challa does some weird move thing, and there was a spear flying in the air. He managed to grab and stabs Eric in the chest. It's over and done with. And he was telling T'Challa before he was dying, before he died, that his dad always told him that Wakanda has some of the most beautiful sunsets in the world, blah blah blah. So he picks up Eric, drags him over, and you can see like the sunset. And what did he say? He said something about T'Challa tells him, "Oh, we could probably still save you." And he's like, "Nah, it's just burying me at sea." What did he say? It was burying me at sea with my ancestors because they knew death was better than bondage or something like that. And then he dies. So at the end of all of that, T'Challa's now king again, and his girlfriend, who is played here by Lupita Nyong'o. I don't know how to pronounce half the name. So her name in the movie is Nakia. So she was all for the idea of, hey, we got all these resources, we got all this money, we got all this technology. We need to help people out there, do our part, to help the world. T'Challa's always been more like, I don't want to get Wakanda involved in the world because they find us and all that. It could be bad for us. But he manages to find a way to help out the world and with Wakanda's resources and all that. And the message was pretty much was loud and clear with T'Challa, where Eric Killmonger was, they enslaved us, this and that, they all need to pay, we are taking over. T'Challa's the complete opposite. It's kind of like X-Men, you had Professor Xavier, solution is peace, and we got to work together. Magneto's solution is just kill all the humans, take over, kind of deal. So it was that mentality. But the way he said, I forget exactly word for word what it was he said, but he was pretty much saying, we're all one in this world. We got to work together, help each other out. So, but it was, he said it obviously better than I'm saying it. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I'm just gonna leave it at all that. Great movie. Michael B. Jordan did phenomenal job as Killmonger. Chadwick, amazing job as Black Panther. But then we already saw him as Black Panther in Civil War, and he did pretty awesome there too. One of the best parts of that movie. Danny Michon was phenomenal. All the women in this movie were phenomenal. From Shuri, T'Challa's kid sister, who's the funny smart one. Like, and I mean smart by like she's smart. She pretty much made those suits and all that stuff. Just like a awesome, powerful cast. They all did phenomenal jobs. The story was great. The visuals were stunning. The action, comedy, all that stuff was in there. What else can I say about it? There's 2 credit scenes at the end. The first credit scene is T'Challa's at the apartment complex where his uncle died at the hands of his father, which he wasn't for at all in this movie. He was, why did you kill Uncle? But so they're gonna shut down that building, they're gonna demolish and all that. But he bought the building. He pretty much bought all the buildings around that area to help restore and all that stuff. A small bit of what he's talking about of helping others outside of Wakanda. So he's starting with, Oakland, that area, that apartment complex, that neighborhood where his uncle died. And then, more credits. You know how it goes with Marvel. You take all those other credits in, and then the last credit is there's like a hut and these little kids are messing around with someone, like just laughing at them. They come running out, and Shuri, Shala's kid sister, is there, and all of a sudden you see a man walk out, and it's Bucky, and he's missing his arm. And I forget what he says, but it's just pretty much letting you, hey, Bucky is awake now. And if you've seen trailers to Infinity Wars, you know he's gonna be part of Infinity Wars. So, I mean, that was it. That Lexus in the movie was pretty cool. If you remember Guardians of the Galaxy 2, how they hop on those things and they're not actually in the spaceship, going after Quill and all of them. And this one's kind of like the same thing. His sister has something where, but hers is cool because it could be any vehicle and it like turns to steering wheel and all that. Like when she's driving that Lexus. His suit, if you're wondering why it turns purple, it's because I guess when it gets hit, when the suit gets hit, wherever it gets hit, you see purple around there. Well, it's collecting kinetic energy. So when it comes this way, he can shoot it back out that way. And it's pretty cool. What else? Nothing. That's pretty much it. I mean, it's a really good movie. I liked it a lot. I'm going to see it again this upcoming weekend. If you already saw it, you want to give your thoughts on that, go ahead and do so in the comment section. If you weren't paying attention to the, hey, I'm going to talk about this movie, and you don't want to know anything about it part, and you were already in it here and stuff, sorry. Nothing I can do about that now. But yeah, go ahead and leave your comments in the comment section if you want to give your thoughts on this movie. I thought it was a phenomenal movie. Amazing job by Marvel, as always. Can't wait to see Black Panther in Infinity Wars. Actually, I just can't wait to see Infinity Wars in general. So, yeah, that's all I got. You guys have a good one.